Hi, I'm Butch. I am the Sober House manager through Samaritan's Hand, who runs the Sober House. And one of the unique things that I get to do is talk one-on-one with the clients when they come in. And I hear all their stories. And it's really interesting to hear how they come to Samaritan's Hand. And I want to tell you specifically about one young gentleman in his late 20s, early 30s, who came to Samaritan's Hand in a very unique, God-centered way. He had grown up with some kind of a faith. He knew in Jesus, but he had started using in high school already drugs and alcohol. And he had tried to commit suicide 3 times. Twice by loading needles with enough drugs to kill himself 3 times over. And those two failed. When those two failed, he tried to run his car into a tree to kill himself. That failed. So one night he decided to take all the money he could get from his employment, walk down, make a connection, just get as many drugs as he could, and just end it all, because he felt he had nothing to live for. But he made a wrong turn, or God made him make a wrong turn, because he ended up walking right past Samaritan's Hand with our big sign out front. And people on the street, especially addicts, know about Samaritan's Hand. And instead of going 2 blocks further to make his connection and end his life, he took a right turn into our doors and said, "I need help." And we usually don't take people that are dirty with drugs, but we took in this young gentleman because he did need help. Well, over 16 months later, he has graduated from our programs. He had lost custody to his young son, who was about 5 years old, had a strange girlfriend that wouldn't communicate with him. He now gets to see his son. He gets to go travel up there. His estranged girlfriend has also allowed him to bring his son back down to Sheboygan. He lives on his own. He was at Salvation Army, where he became a disciple for Christ. Now, you might say, well, that's all good and dandy, but what makes Samaritan's Hand different? Well, he had been into a lot of different recovery, and none of them worked. And one of the first things I ask clients is, how many times have you tried to recover on your own? And they'll tell me, I'll say, how many times did that work? And the response, well, I'm here, aren't I? So obviously it didn't work. And so I tell them that this is a new and different way for them to try to change their lives around. We don't treat using drugs and other preventive methods to deter drug or alcohol use. We use our drug of choice, Jesus Christ. And if they do, I tell their recovery is exactly 1 foot in distance. And they say, well, what is that? I say, well, first of all, you have to humble yourself here. And second of all, you have to surrender yourself here to him above. And that distance is exactly 1 foot. And that's what makes Samaritan's Hand different from any other recovery.